Hi, the SI meteorologist Paul Dorian here on Friday, December 28th. Well, it looks like accumulating snow is headed to the Mid-Atlantic region, up and down the I-95 corridor tomorrow from D.C. to Baltimore, Philly, and New York City. There should be accumulating snow, probably on average 2 to 4 inches from the big cities to points north and west. A little bit lesser amounts to the south and east of I-95. The snow should begin early in the day. It is a quick mover. The storm should move to well off the New Jersey coast by tomorrow evening, and the snow should wind down by that time tomorrow evening. So rather quick hitter, but nonetheless accumulating snow coming our way to the Mid-Atlantic region for the day on Saturday. Before we focus in on this upcoming weekend storm, a couple interesting things going on here. First of all, this is a temperature forecast in the stratosphere at the North Pole, and it's showing quite a change coming over the next 10 days or so. This is the prediction. This black line here that jumps up is actually a prediction of the temperature at 10 millibars, which is way up in the stratosphere at the North Pole. In other words, a rapid stratospheric warming event is about to occur. And sometimes that leads to a change in the troposphere at the North Pole, which eventually leads to a change in the tropospheric temperatures down at the mid-latitudes. In other words, sometimes a quick jump in the stratospheric temperatures at the North Pole can be a precursor of cold air outbreaks into the U.S. So this will be something interesting to monitor over the next 1 to 2 weeks or so. The blue line represents the actual temperatures right up till now, and then this black line is the European model for the next 10 days or so, and a huge jump in the stratospheric temperatures at the North Pole. Well, here's just another way to look at this potential stratospheric warming event over the next 1 to 2 weeks. This is the actual current 10 millibar temperature analysis looking at the North Pole. The North Pole is right in this region right here. And in typical fashion, we have kind of a cold polar vortex. On the other side of the pole, on the Siberian side of the pole, or the Asian side of the North Pole, there's quite a warm pocket of air up in the stratosphere. Now look and see what happens here in the next 10 days. Quite a change. That warm pocket of air over the stratosphere, over the Siberian side of the pole, currently jumps towards the North Pole. Again, this is the current situation. In 10 days from now, sometimes this type of stratospheric warming event at the North Pole again is a precursor to more cold air outbreaks into the U.S. So that's just something of interest that we'll monitor over the next couple of weeks. Now let's focus on the accumulating snow for tomorrow. Well, I thought I'd start off by showing the current radar because it kind of depicts what's going on in the atmosphere. There's two areas of precipitation here. All snow up here over the upper part of the Midwest, and down here a batch of rain and thunderstorms. And this is kind of showing the exactly what's going on in the atmosphere right now. Two waves. There's a northern system and a southern system that eventually coalesce into one storm off the mid-Atlantic coast by the time we roll into the evening hours on Saturday. Well, let's take a look at a couple of forecast maps from last night's Zero-Z GFS model run. These next few charts come from the Raleigh Weather website. This is for tomorrow morning. And here we have a northern system right here and a southern system right here. And eventually they coalesce into one big system off the mid-Atlantic coast. And that phasing is, of course, all important. The exact timing of the phasing between the two will be critical here. But right now it looks like a general 2 to 4 inch snowfall for the I-95 corridor. Snow at this point in time looks like it's just moving into the southeastern part of Pennsylvania. It already has begun across the D.C. metropolitan region by daybreak tomorrow. So again, it's an early start to the snow. The rain-snow line kind of cuts just to the south and east of the Washington, D.C. area. And again, I think from the big cities north and west, it'll be an all-snow event. Maybe a little bit of rain mixed in just to the south and east of the district. And, of course, across southern part of the Delmarva Peninsula, maybe into South Jersey. But even the Jersey coastline should get some accumulating snow by the latter part of this storm. Well, let's now jump ahead 6 hours. This is by the early part of the afternoon tomorrow. By this time now, those two waves kind of consolidating into one wave just off the mid-Atlantic coast. pretty decent precipitation bands right here, extending all the way into southeastern PA. Again, north and west of Philly, that'll be in the form of snow. There can even be some decent snowfall for a couple hours, maybe an inch or two in an hour or two during the day tomorrow. It'll come down hard for a couple of hours here, and again, 2 to 4 inches on average. This storm then continues to move to the north and east. Here is the forecast map for 6 hours later, tomorrow evening. That storm continues to intensify, now sitting off the mid-Atlantic coast. And there's a little bit of a chance that there can be some higher snowfall amounts. Let's say places like eastern Long Island as this storm intensifies late in the day tomorrow. Again, a little bit more than the 2 to 4 inches if the phasing occurs right at the right time. So the general trend is for the two waves to finally come together as one wave off the mid-Atlantic coast. Again, this is early in the day, then the middle part of the day, and then finally by tomorrow night, the strongest 996 millibar prediction here by the GFS model come tomorrow night. And again, it's a quick mover. Snow should be winding down tomorrow evening. So we have accumulating snow coming our way here in the I-95 corridor for the day Saturday. Stay tuned to the SIweather.com. That's it for now. I'm the SI meteorologist, Paul Dorian.